Hello there, my name's Card. I'm a long-time progressive community organiser and activist, and today I just want to briefly talk about a reactionary dog whistle that's been around for a while now, as well as what it really means, who's using it, and why. For those who might not know, in politics, a dog whistle is a word, a phrase, or a symbol which seems perfectly innocent and innocuous to most people, but which really communicates a more sinister hidden message to those in the know. Additionally, there'll also be a playlist of videos of mine linked at the top of the description, which goes into detail about all sorts of reactionary dog whistles and how to spot them. Today specifically, I wanted to talk about pointed allusions to a cat owned by the American horror author H.P. Lovecraft, as well as what they mean and how they've become a contemporary reactionary signal and meme of sorts, particularly in online spaces. Alt-righters and other racists will often congregate online on their own forums and message boards and websites, where they can talk as openly as they want about their reactionary views and their hatred of minorities. In these sorts of spaces, they don't shy away from using blatantly racist and homophobic, transphobic, anti-Semitic, and so on sort of language. But they will still occasionally feel the need to go to more mainstream websites like Facebook and Twitter and Reddit and YouTube, which they'll do in order to look for other people vaguely sympathetic to their views they can recruit into more organised reactionary groups, and in order to be able to see what regular people are talking about online. They want to keep up with the news and current events, that sort of thing. However, when hardcore bigots are lurking the regular, normal side of the internet, they can't be as openly reactionary as they'd like to be. So, in order that a lot of the topics they post or comment about only go noticed by other people with the same far right-wing worldview as them, what they'll do is employ a lot of oblique online right-wing terminology that most people wouldn't be able to intuit the meaning of. To that end, one of the little coded ways online alt-right types will attempt to communicate with one another is through referencing H.P. Lovecraft's Cat. It's part of a disparaging way they'll refer to black people in particular, but they'll try to keep the real meaning of their words hidden from most normal people who might happen to see their comments. For context, H.P. Lovecraft was a horror and science fiction author of the early 20th century, and he was also very openly and unabashedly a virulent racist, and that alone makes him a favourite pop culture figure of a lot of people on the alt-right. It was also quite common until relatively recently in history that a lot of well-to-do white people in the Western world would give their household pets names or nicknames that were derogatory racial epithets. Lovecraft had one such pet. He had a black cat, which he references frequently in his writing, invoking it as a character in a couple of stories of his even. And this cat's name was Nigger Man, which is offensive for a number of reasons. Firstly, it's obviously derived from a racial slur, in fact from what is considered one of the worst racial slurs in American culture today. But secondly, giving pets specifically these sorts of names typifies the very patronising view of non-white people which has been pervasive among whites for much of the last several hundred years of history. All that said, the point to be made about dog whistles specifically here is, nowadays, online alt-righters and other hardcore racists will obliquely refer to, or say, Lovecraft's Cat in lieu of explicitly saying a racial slur, as a way of expressing their racist beliefs in a way that will likely only be picked up on by the other reactionary dorks who might see their comments. So, for the sake of keeping yourself and your spaces safe, please just keep it in mind. It's always good to be able to recognise alt-right messaging and signalling like this, so you can spot it, denounce it, explain why it's wrong and bad to others, and remove the people posting this sort of stuff. If you ever happen to see people invoking H.P. Lovecraft's Cat, seemingly all apropos of nothing, at the very least now you know why, and it should register to you as a pretty big red flag. That's all I have to say today. I hope it helps. Once again, my name's Card. If you might want to hear more from me, especially more about emerging or obscure reactionary dog whistles and how to spot them, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube page, or just take a look at my other videos. Either way, goodbye for now, and stay safe out there.